Hey guys, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on Sword Art Online 2, episode 12. And this episode was really good. Been waiting for, action episode. This one was it. Starts off with Kirito looking at the radar for everyone, and it seems that, there's I think 6 people left, and also 2 people just kill off each other on the map. So there's 6 or 7, because then there's 5 people left, I think he said, and it includes him, Sinon, Darkwind, and Deathgun, who's invisible right now, and some other guy he said that could be he's like hiding or something. And the one thing that's weird is that it seems on the death count one person is missing, and that doesn't really make sense. Pale Rider, because there's 30 people, but Pale Rider was disconnected, so that explains the one of them. But there's still one missing, so that means, did Deathgun kill someone else before? I don't know. That's what he was wondering. That's pretty crazy. Like, when did he kill someone else before that, or after Pale Rider? So then he goes back in the cave. He talks to Sinon. They talk about Darkwind, who he was, and he was supposedly second place in the last BOB, and a lot of people say he was actually better in Zexseed, but Zexseed, I guess he had a lot better rare weapon and stuff, and I guess he got lucky, not lucky, I don't know what happened, but he's known as the run gun demon because he runs and runs and shoot, and he's supposed to be really fast. So he's got a machine gun. He just runs around, the agility type they were talking about before. Sinon then talks about how maybe they can use Darkwind since as a decoy, since Deathgun's partner is at Sinon's place. So Deathgun can't kill Darkwind, so he'll just go and try and take him out normally, which then Sinon can shoot Deathgun. But of course Kirito says since he was second place, he's one of the strong people, and Deathgun always goes after the strong players. So there's a chance that Darkwind could be a target, and obviously how there's only 2 Deathgun and his partner. But Kirito says there was 10 surviving Laughing Coffin members, so there could be more than 1 and more than 2. Could be 3, 4, 5, 6. Who knows how much? Up until 10. Which Kirito doesn't believe that all of them are involved, but that could mean that there is more than one more than 2 Deathguns. Could have more partners, because what is the chances? Because Pale Rider, between the time he killed Pale Rider and he tried to shoot Sinon, was 30 minutes. And what is the chances that, it is a chance that they live 30 minutes apart, and he could have killed Pale Rider and then got to Sinon's place. But it's not a big chance that it's like that, So that probably means that there's more than one person outside in the real world waiting to kill when the Deathgun in-game kills the person. Sinon then says, fine, they have to kill Darkwind before so he doesn't get hurt and stuff like that. So she says she'll handle Darkwind while Kirito focuses on Deathgun. And he's all like, Kirito normal, like, what, but blah 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 blah. And then finally, Sinon's like, I'm a sniper and she'll take him out and blah blah blah. So, after that, right before they leave, they're like, yeah, partners, fist bump. So after that, Sinon is in this high ass building somewhere, in the desert, somewhere around there, while Kirito's out in the open, of course, waiting as decoy for Deathgun. And Darkwind too, obviously. Kirito then closes his eyes and he starts to do that thing he did before, sensing everything. He's like, and stuff, and he then he sees Darkwind, but he's like, Sinon's gonna handle him. So we then see Sinon. She's aiming at Darkwind, but he's moving fast, and all of a sudden he starts moving even faster. He is super fast. Like, what the hell? And she's like, should she try and lead the bullet and hit him, or shoot at his feet and get him to oh, what the heck, and then shoot him? But she decides, nah, she's gonna wait for him to aim at Kirito, and then that's her chance. She'll take him out, because this isn't just about stopping him from killing Kirito, because if he kills Kirito, then Death Gun's gonna get her and kill her in real life. So this is her life on the line. It's important as well, you know. So after that, Kirito, remembers that he sensed Killer Instinct before when Laughing Coffin attacked, and he tries to think of the name of the first guy who attacked him, and he doesn't remember, but he remembers him saying, he will kill him later. I will kill you later. And he's just thinking that the whole time, and all of a sudden we get a view from like something going super fast towards him, and it's obviously a bullet going super fast, and all of a sudden Kirito barely senses it, and it like Matrix right right past his face, and it even like hits like a strand of his like part of his hair. It's like, oh no, my hair. But yeah, what's crazy is after he dodges it, it hits a building, and like a whole portion where it hit the building like collapses in half, and I'm like, what kind of bullet is that could take out a whole building like that? And it's even more funny because the building almost falls in Darkwind, and like, oh, mission complete for that one if that happened. And also, I was actually scared, like, not scared, but I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Wasn't Sinan on that building? But there's a bunch of more buildings around, and it turns out she was fine. So, after that, Kirito then starts charging that Death Gun, deflecting all the bullets, all cool and stuff. Darkwind, he tries to go behind cover and is getting ready to shoot at Kirito. But what happens? Boom! One shot, Sinan snipes him straight through the chest and kills him. Takes him out pretty damn easy, actually. And that's why snipers are cheap. Camper. But yeah. Sinan then aims at Death Gun because she sees, where he is after Kirito's rushing at him. And that red, beam thing, that laser thing that shows where they're about to shoot, the bullet course. Death Gun sees it, so he turns at Sinan too. They both aim, boom, shoot at the same time. Then all of a sudden, like the bullets are like skid like right past each other, and boom, takes out Sinan. Death Gun's bullet takes out Sinan's scope of her sniper, and then Sinan's bullet just takes his whole like sniper apart into pieces. And I'm like, oh wow. I thought it was gonna like hit each other or something, or hit Sinan. Actually, I was scared, like, oh my gosh, is Sinan gonna get hit by that? At first, I thought they were just gonna collide with each other, but that's not what happens, So after that, Kirito gets to him and about to hit him with a blow to kill him, and that's when Death Gun, like, he's got like a piece of his gun, and all of a sudden, shing, like takes like a blade or something out of his gun and dodges Kirito, and Kirito's like, what the heck, and shing, stabs him right in the shoulder. And yeah, like, wow, what the heck? Is that a blade, or is that just like a piece of his gun? What the heck's going on? So we're back in the real world where Asuna's made it to the hospital, and she sees Kirito. The nurse says he's fine, of course, but his heart rate is going up, and they're like, oh, what's happening? He's like all sweating and stuff. So Yui tells her, she's gonna turn on the monitor in the hospital room to BOB, the tournament. And I'm like, oh, Yui's like Siri or Cortana for Asuna's phone, pretty much. And then all of a sudden they're watching, and they see that Kirito's fighting Death Guns. Like, oh, that's why his heart rate is up, And then that's when she recognizes it's one of the Laughing Coffin's leaders, because she sees that he's good. He's got a S-Talk, I think. Yeah, S-Talk. I looked it up, and it's a type of sword. It's like a thin sword. It's like very pointy at the top, and it turns out, I'm guessing, that guy used it a lot, and that's why. But she can't remember his name, of course. But then she looks down and sees Avatar's name, and it's Sturban. And at first she's like, oh, did he misspell Steven? But the nurse is like, no, that's actually like, it's actually in German, and it means like, for a specific term, it means death, and it's used when patients pass away in a hospital. And she looks at Kirito, and she's like, oh my gosh, he's in a hospital. But yeah, after that, they're back in the game. It's pretty much them just talking about his sword, and like, how can you make a sword, and you can actually make a sword if you have like the gun blade skill. And they also, of course, Kirito finally talks about how he, that he figured out what Death Gun is doing and how, and that he should just turn himself in because the Internal Affairs has the names of all Sword Art Online players, real life names and character names, and he should just give up since they can get him and make him pay for his crimes. But Death Gun says, you're not quite there yet, not quite there. You can't stop him because he doesn't know his own name. And Kirito's like, how do you know I don't know? And he's like, he knows Kirito doesn't know because back when the fight with Laughing Coffin, at the end of the battle, he was gonna tell Kirito his name, and Kirito says he doesn't want to know his name. There's no reason to because he's never gonna see him again. And Kirito, you're wrong. You see him again, and now you need to know his name. Oh man! But after that, Death Gun then attacks him, which I don't know what happens, but I thought Kirito blocked it, but I don't know if it goes through his blade or just pushes his lightsaber apart, like to the side, and then stabs him in the stomach. And Kirito's like, and then pretty much the episode ends with Kirito just messing him. I mean, Kirito getting messed up by Death Gun. Death Gun's just like, and he's just like hitting everywhere, and it's like, oh gosh. And yeah, I give the episode an 8 out of 10. This episode was really good, a lot of good action and stuff, and I can't wait for the next episode. Like, finally, we'll get to see like this fight, and it's gonna be like a sword fight too. And oh man, I enjoyed this episode. I love the action, of course, and I can't wait for the next one to see probably the conclusion of this fight. That's why, and we'll get to see who Death Gun really is, So as always, comment below what you guys thought if you want to. If you have questions, comment that below as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion and review. Until next time, guys, see ya.